Hey TikTok, it's Maya here, and I've got a bone-chilling story to share with you all. It all started innocently enough. Just another day scrolling through my For You page, double tapping on cute puppy videos, and trying to learn the latest dance trends. Little did I know, this particular scroll would lead me down a dark and twisted path. One day, I stumbled upon a video that caught my eye. It was a duet with a guy named Jacob, and he seemed to be the perfect TikTok crush. His smile was contagious, and the way he effortlessly danced to the latest track had me hooked. As if fate had intervened, I received a notification seconds later. Jacob had followed me. Excitement bubbled inside me as we began exchanging comments and likes. Soon, our interactions escalated to direct messages, and before I knew it, Jacob and I were chatting every day. He seemed like the dream guy, funny, charming, and with an uncanny ability to make me feel special. However, as the days went by, the conversations took a bizarre turn. Jacob began sharing strange, cryptic messages that hinted at something ominous. Curiosity got the better of me, and I decided to dig deeper. I asked him about the cryptic messages, and that's when things took a terrifying twist. Jacob confessed that he wasn't who he claimed to be. The pictures he had posted were stolen, and his true identity remained shrouded in secrecy. A cold shiver ran down my spine as I read his admission. I felt a sense of betrayal and fear, realizing that I had been dancing with danger without even knowing it. But Jacob wasn't done with his revelations. He claimed to be part of a mysterious online cult, and my involvement in our conversations had put me on their radar. Panic set in as he explained that the cult was now aware of me, and they were coming for me. Every message he sent was filled with urgency, warning me to stay vigilant. Fear gripped my heart as I tried to make sense of the situation. Was this just an elaborate prank? Or was I truly in danger? I decided to cut ties with Jacob, blocking him on every platform. However, that didn't stop the unsettling messages from continuing. The cult, according to Jacob, was relentless, and they were determined to bring me into their sinister fold. Night after night, I found myself looking over my shoulder, paranoid that someone was watching. The feeling of being hunted consumed me, and my once peaceful life was now a nightmare. Sleep became a luxury I couldn't afford, haunted by the fear that the cult could strike at any moment. Desperation led me to seek help from friends, family, and even the authorities, but no one seemed to take my fears seriously. They dismissed it as an elaborate internet hoax or my overactive imagination. As I struggled to convince them of the danger I believed I was in, the messages from Jacob grew increasingly sinister. Then, one fateful night, as I sat alone in my dimly lit room, a chilling message flashed across my screen. It was a video call from an unknown number. Against my better judgment, I answered, and the face that appeared on the screen was not Jacob's. Instead, it was a masked figure, their voice distorted, and their message clear. The cult was real, and they were coming for me. Panic set in as I realized the danger was no longer confined to the digital realm. The masked figure on the screen provided a twisted countdown, each passing second bringing me closer to an unknown fate. Desperation fueled my actions, and I decided to flee, leaving behind my home, my friends, and my life. As I moved from place to place, constantly changing my identity and erasing my digital footprint, the terror never subsided. The cult seemed to have an uncanny ability to track me down, and every time I thought I had escaped, a new message would arrive, confirming that they were still one step behind. The months of running took a toll on my physical and mental well-being. I was a shell of the person I used to be, haunted by the constant fear that my past would catch up with me. It was a dark and lonely existence, and I couldn't shake the feeling that the cult was playing a sick game with my life. Just when I thought I couldn't endure anymore, the messages suddenly stopped. The cult, it seemed, had lost interest in its pursuit. As I cautiously emerged from the shadows, I couldn't help but wonder what had changed. Was it a stroke of luck, or had they found a new target? To this day, the scars from that harrowing experience linger. I share my story not as a cautionary tale about online relationships, but as a warning that danger can lurk in the most unexpected corners of our digital lives. So, TikTok community, be vigilant, trust your instincts, and dance with caution. You never know when the next duet might lead you into the clutches of a real-life nightmare. Hey there, it's John, and I'm about to share a tale that turned my ordinary life into a living nightmare. It all started innocently enough, with a quick scroll through social media, where I stumbled upon a photo that just begged for a sarcastic comment. Little did I know that comment would unleash a chain of events that would make the Blair Witch Project seem like a walk in the park. One lazy afternoon, as I scrolled through a friend's Instagram feed, I came across a picture that screamed for some banter. I couldn't resist typing out a snarky comment, thinking it was harmless fun. Oh, how wrong I was. The recipient of my humor wasn't amused, and little did I know, this person had a peculiar talent for retaliation. The next day, I woke up to a notification that someone had responded to my comment with a video. Expecting a quick, witty comeback, I eagerly clicked play. To my horror, the video was not what I anticipated. It was a response video, filmed right in front of my house. The camera panned to my front door, capturing my home address for the entire internet to see. The person behind the lens, a mysterious figure shrouded in darkness, taunted me for my comment. My initial shock turned to fear as the realization sunk in. This person was taking things way too far. As the days passed, the situation escalated. The mysterious videographer continued tormenting me online, documenting every aspect of my life. Videos of me in bed, at the dinner table, and even just doing everyday chores flooded the internet. It was like living in a twisted reality show with a sadistic director pulling the strings. But what was truly unnerving were the videos recorded inside my own home. The anonymous tormentor had a knack for hiding in the shadows, capturing footage of me when I least expected it. The videos were creepy, yes, but there was an odd sense of humor to them that sent shivers down my spine. One evening, I sat down to dinner, glancing nervously around my home, half expecting the camera to pop up from behind the curtains or under the table. It felt like a sick game of hide and seek, with my privacy as the ultimate prize. The videos became increasingly invasive, invading every corner of my life. In an attempt to regain control, I reported the incidents to the authorities and tried to secure my online presence. But my tormentor was always one step ahead, dodging every attempt to identify them. It was as if they were a ghost, haunting both my physical and digital worlds. The situation reached its peak when I received a particularly unsettling video. It started with the camera pointed at my front door, slowly pushing it open to reveal the dark interior of my home. I could hear the creak of the door, the sound echoing in my ears like a foreboding drumbeat. The camera moved stealthily through the house, capturing the mundane details of my life. It was as if I was watching a horror movie starring myself. The tension built as I anticipated the next creepy encounter, and then it happened. I saw the figure on screen, lurking in the shadows of my bedroom. This mysterious intruder, clad in a dark hoodie and wearing an unsettling mask, stared directly into the camera. A wicked smile played on their lips as they raised a finger to their mouth in a hushing gesture. My heart raced, and the feeling of helplessness consumed me. In a fit of desperation, I called the police, providing them with every piece of information I had. They assured me they would investigate, but the videos continued, each one more disturbing than the last. It was as if the more I resisted, the more my tormentor relished in their sadistic game. One fateful night, as I lay in bed, my phone buzzed with a new video notification. This time, the camera revealed the inside of my closet. The tension in the air was palpable as the camera slowly panned to the clothes hanging, shoes neatly aligned, and then the chilling revelation: a figure hiding in the shadows, a glint of a knife in their hand. I watched in horror as the masked intruder stepped out of the closet, still recording every sinister moment. My mind raced, and I could feel the walls closing in on me. The police were on their way, but would they arrive in time? As the masked figure approached the camera, their menacing laughter echoed through the room. It was a nightmare come to life, and I braced myself for the worst. Suddenly, the bedroom door burst open, and police officers flooded the room, guns drawn. The masked intruder froze, knife in hand, their wicked smile replaced by a look of panic. The police apprehended the culprit, revealing the face behind the mask. To my astonishment, it was someone I had never met, a disgruntled former classmate with a bizarre obsession with revenge. As the police led the individual away in handcuffs, I couldn't help but feel a mix of relief and disbelief. The nightmare was over, but the scars, both mental and emotional, would linger. The videos, the fear, the invasion of privacy. It was a haunting experience that would stay with me for a long time. So, here's a cautionary tale for the digital age. Be careful with your words online, for you never know who might take them to heart and turn your life into a twisted spectacle of horror. The internet, with all its wonders, can also be a dark and dangerous place, where a single comment can unleash a nightmare that transcends the boundaries of the virtual world. Stay safe out there, fellow netizens, and think twice before you hit that send button. Hey TikTok, it's me, reflecting on a time when the allure of online connections led me down a dark path as a 13-year-old girl. I want to share this cautionary tale to shed light on the importance of staying vigilant in the vast digital landscape. Back then, I was just a teen, navigating the wonders and potential dangers of the internet. One day, I came across a TikTok profile that caught my attention. Jake, a 19-year-old with a charming smile and seemingly endless humor. Little did I know, his charm concealed a troubling truth. As a naive teenager, I was flattered when Jake noticed my videos and reached out. We started chatting, and he seemed genuinely interested in getting to know me. In hindsight, there were warning signs, but at the time, I was too enthralled by the idea of friendship to notice them. Jake claimed to be a college student, sharing stories of campus life and experiences that painted a vivid picture. He was engaging, witty, and made me feel more mature than my age. Our conversations moved beyond TikTok to other platforms, and as the days passed, they became increasingly personal. As our interactions deepened, Jake persuaded me to keep our friendship a secret. He spun a tale of societal judgment and misunderstanding, urging me to trust him and keep our connection hidden from those around me. The secrecy added a thrilling, forbidden element to our interactions, making me feel like I was part of an exclusive club with Jake as its charismatic leader. However, the true nature of Jake's intentions began to surface. One day, he sent me a video that turned my stomach, a compilation of moments from my life, filmed without my knowledge. The footage ranged from candid moments at school to scenes from inside my own home. I felt violated, exposed, and terrified. Jake reveled in my shock and fear, using the videos to manipulate and control me. He threatened to reveal our secret to the world, exposing my vulnerability and jeopardizing the life I knew. The digital walls around me closed in, and I felt trapped in a nightmarish reality of my own making. The torment continued as Jake coerced me into performing increasingly distressing acts on camera. The threat of exposure hung over me like a dark cloud, and the weight of shame and fear became unbearable. I was spiraling into a world of despair with no apparent way out. One day, as I scrolled through my TikTok feed, I saw a video that sent chills down my spine. It was a montage of my most intimate moments, edited with eerie music and overlaid with threatening messages. The captions promised that the worst was yet to come, and a sinking feeling told me that I was descending into a digital abyss with no way out. My attempts to confide in friends or family were met with disbelief and skepticism. The lack of understanding and support left me isolated, with Jake as my only confidant and tormentor. The turning point came when Jake's demands escalated to a frightening level. He coerced me into meeting him in person, threatening to reveal our secret if I refused. Fear consumed me as I contemplated the unimaginable, a face-to-face encounter with the man who had turned my life into a living nightmare. In a desperate bid for help, I mustered the courage to confide in a teacher at school. Terrified of the consequences, but desperate for salvation, I laid bare the twisted web of deception that had ensnared me. The teacher, recognizing the severity of the situation, involved the authorities, and an investigation was launched to unmask the predator who had preyed on my innocence. The days leading up to Jake's apprehension were a blur of anxiety and uncertainty. I lived in constant fear, unsure if he would make good on his threats. The support of law enforcement and my family became my lifeline, providing the strength I needed to face the storm that loomed on the horizon. Finally, the day arrived when Jake's true identity was uncovered. He was apprehended, his digital trail of deceit laid bare for all to see. The sense of relief was overwhelming, but the scars of the ordeal lingered. The videos, the manipulation, the fear. It was a haunting chapter in my life that I could never erase. Looking back, I share this story not as a tale of victimhood, but as a cautionary account of the dangers lurking in the shadows of the internet. It's a stark reminder that behind the screens, real people with malicious intent can shatter lives and exploit vulnerabilities. As I rebuild my life, I hope my story serves as a beacon of awareness for others navigating the digital landscape. Speak up, seek help, and remember that no secret is worth sacrificing your well-being. The nightmare may be over, but the echoes of deception continue to reverberate, urging us all to stay vigilant in the face of the unseen dangers that lurk in the virtual realm. Subscribe to Eerie Emma on YouTube and follow me on all social medias, link in description.